Which formation shall we use? The men are close enough to engage. The enemy is deploying their tactical reserves. The battle is won! Ad nostres munitiones requerete!
Have you come to drink with us?
We really made a mess of that situation with Ambiorix.
We? You are the one who walked us into that trap. The rest of us merely followed. But it does not matter. Even knowing it was a trap, I would have done the same thing. We have weathered greater storms together. Time and time again we stake our lives and roll the knuckle bones. One day we were bound to roll the dog. And now that day has come and gone. I am only surprised that we are still alive to keep playing.
Come to keep me company?
I was a fool to walk into Ambiorix's trap.
It's your job to forge and maintain alliances. It's my job to scout ahead and gather information so that we don't blunder into our deaths. The real blame for this mistake lies with me. I'm just grateful that by some miracle we got out of there alive.
I'm the commander. If you have failed, it's only because I didn't put you in a position to succeed.
Let's agree we both screwed up and resolve to do better.
Domine.
That sneaky barbarian. I thought Ambiorix was a friend.
Most friendships are about benefit. If you're lucky, the benefit will be mutual. If not, the friendship is a prelude to betrayal. Think about this, and then think about our relationship with Lurko.
This last region we have conquered is home to a strange tribe who claim to be neutral in this war. They kindly request that we depart, or else they will attack.
With what army?
I don't think they have an army. All we could see was a bunch of warriors. Well armed and seemingly experienced, but nothing more.
Gallia attacked Rome. How can they claim to be neutral?
They claim there is no such thing as what we call Gallia. They are a completely separate tribe who had nothing to do with the attack.
This is a bluff, right?
I'm not exactly sure. The Gauls are prone to weird outbursts of false heroism. They might genuinely believe they have the upper hand.
Neutral or not, they will bow to us.
I think a small group of your elite Praetorians might teach them some humility. Our way, Legate.
Something you want to discuss?
The Helvetii didn't give us too much trouble.
Would have been no trouble at all if Lurko, that swine, had not disappeared. Then he comes back and acts like nothing happened. With ally like that, who needs enemies?
Did you suspect anything from Ambiorix?
Ambiorix is a man. With very few exceptions, I always expect the worst. And you? I hope you do not feel guilty.
Guilty. I feel furious. But I will learn from this, and it will never happen again.
I admire that in you. How you can take your anger and make it work for you.
What do you need, my friend?
That two-faced son of a dog, Ambiorix.
Well, he is dead now, and we remain alive. My concern now is that other two-faced son of a dog, Lurko.
It's nearing the end of the day. The sun dimmed slowly as it began to set, painting a beautiful tapestry of vivid pink and gold across the clouds above. I was starting to look around for a place to make camp when I noticed several plumes of smoke rising from the woods ahead. A few of my Praetorians split off to ride ahead and investigate. They returned with reports of Roman soldiers, far out of position, Legio Ferrata by the look of them. What are Ferrata men doing here? This is most irregular. We should investigate. My entrance into their camp causes a small commotion as the sentries move to intercept, only to realize who I am. There's much muttering amongst themselves before they welcome me inside. They built a small perimeter of crude palisades, like a shamefully disorganized Roman legion camp. I sense my Praetorians grow stiff and suspicious as I ride into the camp, the wary eyes of Ferrata legionaries upon my army. I overhear a few of my people discussing what they see. These men are not here on official legion business. They must be deserters. We are in a precarious situation, vastly outnumbered. Keep your wits about you and pretend everything is in order. We will deal with these renegades later. I dismount near the center of the camp and greet these delinquent legionaries as if I suspect nothing. Though the mood is tense at first, the men relax when I see them apparently mean them no harm. They even share their food with me and my Praetorians. As I talk to these men, it becomes clear that they hugely disapprove of Vitellius Lurco's leadership. I have no doubt that some of the reason for their desertion is simply that they are thugs and lowlives, but it seems a large part is dissatisfaction with the poor leadership of Legio Ferrata. Perhaps we share some common ground. That night I post twice as many guards in my little corner of the camp as normal, fearing betrayal or thievery, but nothing untoward happens. I leave the camp shortly before noon and continue through the forest at a leisurely pace. Eventually a few of my people ask me to stop. Was I really planning to leave these deserters in the middle of the forest to do whatever they please? We have something in common with them. They too hate Lurco. Good anger should not go to waste. As soon as we are able, we will call for Legio Wetrix to send a few Centurions here and recruit these men. My people seemed stunned. Not only would I let these deserters off the hook, but I would wish to recruit them into Legio Wetrix. This will have a disastrous effect on the Legion's morale. After much muttering among themselves, it seems they eventually talk themselves into following my reasoning, and the consternation dies down. Once everyone has satisfied themselves that my decision at least rests on the foundation of reason, I continue on my way through the forest.
They will come.
Where are the warriors? Can anyone? These Romans are crazy. Find some place to hold. Why they're headed this way? Run! What's happening?
Medicate! Are you all right?
These Romans are crazy. They're headed this way. Run!
Stay away, marauders. This is sacred ground. Have you no respect?
The great Druid Diotiacus has sent me on a quest to bring a piece of an oaken tree to the holy site known as the High Place. There, a chieftain of the Aedui will use it in a sacrificial rite in honor of Tutatis.
The Aedui dare to send a Roman to steal wood from our grove.
Stand aside, warrior. I have met Diotiacus. He is a venerable and wise man. He mediated a bloody dispute between two families of my clan.
As you say, Druid. Shall we let these strangers fulfill their quest? I say yes. Take what you need, Roman, and bring my regards with you back to your master.
A piece of a lance, it seems, made from the purest silver. I wonder if Sextus might know anything about this.
Awe Legate, what strange and impractical weapon do you want me to forge today?
I've come into the possession of what seems to be part of a silver pike. What do you make of this?
Now this is something else. Who in the world would be silly enough to make a weapon out of silver? I suppose it may have been a usable weapon in the past, but I wouldn't know what to do with this. Perhaps you can find a Gallic smith to ask instead. As always, if you can come up with some schematics somewhere, I will help you restore this weapon.
I have the oak you recommended we use for that bow.
A fine tree this was. Let's see if I remember enough woodcraft. There you go. Watch yourself around that druid.
Thank you for your help, Roman. It was unexpected, but welcome.
What a strange couple of merchants they were.
The people of that village have a reputation for being fierce, yet strange. I have no money with which to compensate you. Perhaps this will be of use to you.
I will consider us even then.
That is generous of you. May the three look kindly upon you, despite the violations you have committed against their people.
I have obtained a sickle from the chieftain Ambiorix.
An impressive tool. I suppose you should talk to my father if you want to go through with the ritual.
Take care.
Have you brought the ingredients for the ritual?
Using this sickle, I will sacrifice my eye to Asus.
Know this, Roman. Some actions may not be taken back. Asus will take your eye and will never return it. Is his favor worth your sacrifice?
It is.
Very well. Inform your healers. You will need them.
We have arrived as foretold by the will of gods, brother. We lay down our arms and await your judgment.
Judgment is the domain of Taranis, he who holds the thunder. Glory is the domain of Asus, he who is of the wheel. Majesty is of Tutatis, he who protects. Their thirst will be fulfilled. I, Dioetiacus, ask for guidance for Dumnorix, my brother.
And I, he who is called Dumnorix, the king of the world, proud chieftain of the Aedui, stand here with my head bowed but my heart strong. For I am once again with my brother, side by side.
Loose arrows!
How could you do this? Defeat is one thing, but being betrayed by my brother? You had better kill me.
It was for your own good. We will hold you prisoner. In your absence, your brother will rule the Aedui. I promise you, your tribe will remain unharmed.
Our tribe will survive. The gods have spoken thus.
Then I spit on you and your gods.
I will go and talk to my people. You can count on the support of Aedui.
As I passed through a small village surrounded by fields, a young boy ran up to one of my praetorians and handed over a short message inscribed on deerhide. To everyone's surprise, the message is signed by Working Gatorix.
There has been an unexpected development. Mistrust is a natural part of politics, especially when one is dealing with Romans. In this case, however, it seems I owe you an apology. Please meet me at your earliest convenience at the site of our first encounter. My scouts have uncovered a piece of information most startling. If valid, it will save both of us a considerable amount of pain. Vercingetorix, King of Kings.
Sounds like a trap to me.
Vercingetorix struck me as honorable. I'm inclined to trust him, despite everything.
The men are awaiting your orders. Our ranks have reached the enemy lines. The enemy line is breaking! This is it! Their will to fight is Comiatus promovete!
Hail, Legate. Before we begin, I have brought you a peace offering of sorts. Please accept this bow.
This is a finely crafted weapon. Thank you.
It is made from a yew anointed by druids, in tribute to a god we call Ogmios. He can be likened to your Heracles. Ogmios possesses the power of persuasion, which can enthrall men and control them more than strength. You strike me as someone who understands this well. I bring you some interesting news.
I'm listening.
I have found your aggressors. The mercenary tribe that's responsible for the attack on your home.
Which tribe is it?
An inconsequential tribe called the Spear Bearers.
Not sure if inconsequential is the right word. Their actions literally started a war.
Point well taken.
So you really knew nothing about it? Why would a random Gallic tribe target my family?
Had I known about it, I would not have had to spend so much time capturing them. It appears you were not randomly targeted. Someone hired them indeed. Someone who's not from Gallia.
I want them handed over to me as soon as possible.
That would be impossible since they have, how shall one put it, expired during our interrogation.
That is unfortunate indeed.
Fret not. They have confessed before meeting their deaths. It did not save them, but still, it appears the Spearbearers' tribe was paid handsomely by a Roman spy.
As I feared.
As we both feared. But there's a silver lining here. This means your invasion is unjust. I will see to it that this spy is caught and handed over to you. You, in return, must agree to stop your attack on my lands.
Let us first catch the spy and make sure he doesn't expire before I can get a chance to talk to him.
We will keep him alive long enough. Vale, Legate. Until next time.
I recognized at once the approaching rider as a member of Vercingetorix's personal guards. He stopped a cautious distance away from my group and waved to make sure we've seen him. Then he takes a satchel off his back and hung it on a low branch next to the road. After giving a respectful salute, he turned and rode away again.
One gets the sense these Gauls don't entirely trust us.
I can't fathom what cause we've given them to be so cautious around us.
Let's see what the King of Kings has written to us this time.
I have good news for you. In fact, you could say I have the best news for both of us. Meet me at the usual place we conduct such meetings. We have urgent business to take care of. After this, you will have no reason to attack my people, and I shall have no reason to kill you anymore. Vercingetorix, King of Kings. Welcome once again, and hopefully for the last time.
Salve, warrior king of Gallia. Believe me, I'm not enjoying my time here. I'd be glad to get out of your hair.
And I'm glad to hear that. Meet my new friend, Flavius. He's a cooperative little fellow, a bit shy at first, but surprisingly talkative given opportunity and encouragement.
Help me. I'm a Roman citizen. These barbarians are torturing me.
What happened to his left eye?
It is said one can give up an eye in exchange for wisdom. Initially, our friend Flavius was less cooperative. Now, he is wiser. He works for a man they call Umbra Magna, and it appears this person was responsible for the attack on your villa.
Torture a man enough, and he will tell you anything. What makes you think this one is telling the truth?
Because I followed up on some of the things he has told us, and they have all turned out to be correct so far. After a more vigorous round of questioning, our dear friend produced an actual human name, Felix Hadrianus. Have you ever heard of this man?
That name doesn't mean anything to me.
I think that is very much by design. Apparently this man is quite the master of avoiding the public eye.
Yet of all the people, this Flavius knew, and somehow he chose to tell you.
I can't really say it was his choice. We managed to convince him through relentless questioning and strategic removal of body parts.
Please!
I admire the man on a certain level. His dedication is commendable. It is my understanding that this Felix Hadrianus, who is known as Umbra Magna, orchestrated the attack in Rome. The aim was to place the blame on Gallia as a whole, in order to start this war.
Stop this madman! He's making it all up. Please, believe me. These barbarians are deceitful and cunning. You have to save me. We had nothing to do with the attack on your villa, nothing.
And why would Vercingetorix lie?
Because he's a barbarian. Please, look at what they did to me. Now that they're on the losing side of the war, they would do anything to make us leave.
That is partly true. I'd do a lot of things to end this conflict. And that should make it clear I did not start it.
We? Who's this we you're talking about?
We? I mean the Legion.
Ah, that would be Legio 17.
He seems to have satisfied your curiosity, Vercingetorix. Will you release him?
That would be quite unwise, considering the goals of this legion of his. According to what he revealed, Felix Hadrianus' ultimate goal is to get rid of you.
Now you have my attention.
I thought this might do it.
I always imagined this would lead directly to Vitellius Lurco. Now this Felix Hadrianus comes out of nowhere.
It still might lead to Vitellius Lurco. Men like him always have others to do their dirty deeds. Stay away from shit and you won't ever smell like shit. Felix Hadrianus seems to be the man who deals with Lurco's shit specifically.
I don't remember having any dealings with this person. Why would he attack my villa?
You do seem to have a knack for making powerful enemies. We'll need to find out who's holding this man's leash. If this Legio 17 doesn't answer to you, I don't know whose orders they're following. I have noticed that they don't seem to be attacking your consul or his men.
Trying to kill me using Gallic mercenaries to start a war. It must be Lurco. He was trying to kill two birds with one stone.
You do seem to be merely a means to an end. Some people always find ways to prosper in chaos, no matter who wins or loses.
Felix Hadrianus, huh? If that's his real name.
Funny you should say that. We have intercepted a message he probably intended for your consul. It was signed M. There is no telling what it means. Do you think there's a religious significance to that rune?
What makes you say that?
I have reason to believe this Hadrianus used to be a holy man in Rome.
That is the symbol for 1,000 in our numerical system. Beyond that, it has no meaning that I can think of.
Numbers often have a magical significance. Or perhaps it is merely that. A symbol to hide behind.
Isn't this a bit too convenient? You catch the one man with all this information.
War is all about waiting for the opportune moment and knowing what to do when it presents itself. It's not about being lucky. It's all about what you do when you're lucky. My men have captured and interrogated scores of suspicious Romans. This one turned out to be a nightbird, a high-ranking legionarius in this special legion.
I assume you already know where he is.
Unfortunately not. The man's adept at hiding his tracks.
But it looks like you have a plan.
It appears these people have a secret base right under our noses, in Alesia. Unfortunately, we don't know exactly where their lair is.
It's your city, is it not? Can't we just go door to door?
We could, but that kind of heavy-handed solution is unlikely to work. These people are professionally slippery.
That doesn't necessarily mean their leader will be there.
True. Hence our need to attract his attention.
Surely your people would eventually discover their base.
Eventually, as you say. However, that eventuality could be further away than we would like. Time is of the essence.
As long as we know they're in Alesia, we can lure them out.
There's a way our hunters deal with a large pack of wolves. It all starts with a juicy bait. One that is good enough to lure the wolves out. Once the younglings emerge from their lair and go after the bait, the hunters kill them all. All except one. That youngling will eventually creep back to its lair, revealing the place where their father dwells.
What if the youngling never makes it back to the lair?
The tracks would still be there, especially in a tiny grove like Alesia.
Since you think they're trying to kill me, I assume that makes me the bait.
We both are. since I think their intention is making us kill each other.
Alright, what do you propose?
I propose we sign a treaty of peace.
I believe I see where you're going.
I thought you would. We declare our intent to sign a peace treaty and invite all the chieftains to Alesia, where we will have a small feast to commemorate the occasion. As a sign of goodwill, the attendees will be unarmed. Now, whoever attacked your villa clearly desires a war between Rome and Gallia. A peace treaty would undo their efforts. To Felix Hadrianus, or whoever he's working for, this meeting will both be a threat they must stop and a perfect opportunity to assassinate us both. When we are dead, the consul will assume command of your legion and easily eliminate the rest of the chieftains, who, without the presence of a king, will surely be busy fighting each other.
I'm still waiting for you to say, but?
But, of course, they will fail in their assassination attempt. Our weapons will be hidden nearby. Once the inevitable attack commences, we will fight back and chase them away, making sure at least one of them survives. My men will follow the survivors to their hiding place. The rest is up to you.
What if we're underestimating them?
Then it will kill us. Such are the ways of war.
Suppose the remaining attacker never makes it to their base or never actually goes there. What then?
Remember the wolves. My scouts will still find their lair.
They could just get out of Alesia at the first sign of trouble.
It is my city. I'll have it surrounded and all the gates closed. If they try to escape, we'll catch them.
What about Flavius?
I don't have any further use for him. It is up to you to decide his fate.
Let's keep him locked up, just in case.
As you wish. I will not ask, in case what. I'm sure you have something in mind.
Very well. Let us proceed.
Pray to your gods of luck.
How shall we position the troops? Good battle is joined. How shall we proceed? The weather is changing. Battle is instanti hostibus! Eos persequimini! How do you wish to deploy? The men are close enough to engage. Enemy equites are charging our formation! Raise Mars! Expilate quae maxima!
It seems the supplies finally started coming in from the Aedui.
Their chieftain was secretly delaying them. The legatus worked with his brother to depose him.
The weird druid?
The very same. He's in charge of that tribe now.
Patrolling these forests is giving me nightmares.
I dream of moving shadows and prowling wolves.
The ghouls are adept at moving unseen through the wilderness. It's enough to make you miss the desert.
Arwe, Legate. Are you hungry?
Not particularly.
A shame. We have just received a dinner invitation. The minor chieftain of this region we've just conquered is inviting us to a feast.
Which chieftain is it?
I really don't know. One of their many so-called kings. This one is a king of mountains and forests, I think.
Do you think it's a trap?
Hard to say with these Gauls. After all these years, my motto is, if it smells like a trap, treat it like a trap. Best to be on alert.
We can send a fully armed maniple if need be.
One requirement is that the guests arrive unarmed. Of course, we can still appear in full armor, expecting a fight.
Let us be polite and attend this dinner, but it is best to err on the side of caution.
I'm sure we can send a few people who are skilled with a short knife. Shouldn't be too difficult to sneak in a few daggers.
Fools! Why are the Romans still armed? You were supposed to take all their weapons!
point?
Easy.
We are ready to deploy the Legion. Good. We are ready to engage the enemy. The weather is changing for the worse. We are victorious! Expilati quia maxima.
I expected that you'd be back. What do you want?
Just need some information. I found this piece of silver lance in the lands of the Helvetii. Do you know how to repair it?
Let me see. I've heard of this. This is a piece of the lance belonging to the man you call Olindicus. There's no doubt. He is a king far to the south who rebelled against Rome. How did this fall into the hands of the Helvetii, I wonder? I will show you how to reforge the lance, but you must pay me for the knowledge. I will use the money to help feed the people of this village. Such aid is sorely needed.
You ask a fair price. Here, take the money, and then show me how my smith can restore this lance to its former glory.
With these instructions, any smith worth his salt will be able to restore the lance to its former glory. I shudder to think what you will use it for.
You know, those weak tricks guys aren't so bad.
I guess not. They're in the shit just the same as we are.
It's not our fault the generals are bickering like old women.
Hey! Watch where you're going, sir, what?
Forgive me, Domino.
Leave her alone, you oaf. She's just cleaning up your mess.
I took it off the body of that Germanic chieftain.
Ha! It looks quite simple for a blade wielded by someone calling himself a king.
Weetrix's Legatus is finally up and about, it seems.
Oh, looks like he got up on the wrong side of the cot.
Has there been no improvement?
She's only getting worse. And it's too dangerous to leave the city for medicine.
I shall sacrifice the two tarts tonight for her, my friend.
Peace negotiations? What a ridiculous notion.
Just look at them. There's no peace with people like that.
This will be a day to remember. A most auspicious day, as foretold by the Three. With help of this great Roman general, we finally reach an understanding and turn this most unfortunate conflict into an opportunity for our people. Let us now sign this treaty and begin this new era. No longer will we live our lives in fear. I believe my friend would like to say a few words to commemorate this occasion.
May the friendship of our peoples last forever.
A beautiful sentiment, and I hope it will do so. Let us drink to our...
Death to the traitors!
Finally, this tedious charade was starting to wear on me.
Gets them every time.
Just one more left! Come on! We can do this!
My people have picked up the trail. Go find their hideout and deal with them.
They went through that door straight ahead. Good luck.
Stop right there! You! I don't recognize you.
Let us in right this instant.
I don't know you, so we're gonna do this by the book.
There will be a question with only one true answer. If you give me the wrong answer, I will not hesitate to slit your throat.
Ah, a riddle. I am well versed in the art of riddling, if I do say so myself. May I?
By all means, old friend.
Thank you, Domine.
Are you done?
Go ahead. I am listening intently.
All right. Consider me. I am the beginning of the world and the end of the ages. Yet, I am no god.
Classic. The most obvious answer would naturally point towards a god, yet you cleverly mention that the solution is different, implying the existence of a different logical plane. Let's see. Ha! Of course. M. The letter M. Now I shall announce my answer. The letter M.
Cinerus, maybe you should think
That
a
is the
little bit
correct answer.
What? How?
A simple trick, really. It is the superficial nature of the riddle that is counterintuitive. The logic is irrelevant. The answer is more of a linguistic one.
Are you going to stand there all day? You may pass.
Thank you, young man, but not so fast. It is my turn now.
This should be interesting.
All right, young man, here it goes. Now listen carefully, for I will not repeat the riddle. Consider this house. You enter it blind, you leave seeing. What is this house?
What? That's not how
Take your time. Do not answer too quickly.
I don't know. A hospital?
Wrong.
What?
Cinerus, what did you do, old man?
Those were the rules.
What's wrong with you? You've turned into an older bestia.
What can I say? Occasionally, the teacher learns from the student.
But what is the answer?
It's a skull, bestia.
It's not a good riddle. I don't like it.
Just one more!
Salve, Felix. How are you today?
Thank you for asking, Aquilinus. I would describe myself as amused.
You despicable snake!
Careful, Kenturio. He looks fragile.
I don't care!
Stop, Kaizo. We need his mouth in working order.
Son of a whore.
Do what you want. You have achieved nothing.
I beg to differ. I have captured the man who's responsible for the attack on my villa. The very attack that started this war. I think this qualifies as treason. Surely you know the Senate's stance on these matters.
I am but an instrument to death's will. Besides, who's going to believe you, Legate?
Either you cooperate or I execute you right here.
I know you're not this naive. Assume for a moment that I do cooperate with you people, and tell you everything you want to hear. It doesn't matter if my actions were justified. The Senate will crucify me for what I've done. And if I don't cooperate, What? Will you kill me? Seems like a lose-lose situation to me.
An interesting conundrum indeed. However, if you intend to not testify at all, keeping you alive is a useless action. In fact, one advantage of killing you would be to experience the relief of revenge achieved, however temporarily.
What?
He is threatening you. Politely.
Is that all you can offer me? Threats?
Time is what I can promise you. If you agree to help, we don't kill you right now. And as long as you are alive, there is hope.
I am interested in survival. Perhaps I will humor you. For now. What do you want to know?
Why is the Consul trying to destroy my family?
He isn't specifically trying to destroy your family. Consul Vitellius thinks the constant bickering of senators hurts Rome. What we need is a strong leader who would carry the Republic into a new age. Lurko is that man. Your father was one of the many who disagreed. You, on the other hand, not only survived, but also caused a lot of complications for him. At this point, it is personal.
Who in truth attacked my villa?
Irrelevant. They were mercenaries. I hired them on Consul Vitellius's behalf.
Why would you hire Gallic mercenaries to hurt me? Couldn't you guess that it would start a war with Gaul?
You are so obsessed with your family and your own career, you can't see the big picture. Take a step back. We did not risk a war with Gaul. The war was the goal. Don't get me wrong, the consul hoped your death would start the war. Unfortunately for him, you are exceptionally good at eluding death. But your survival turned out to be a boon in the grand scheme of things. I may as well tell you that I don't believe Vitellius Lurko could have won this war without you.
Just tell me what Lurko's plan is.
It is quite simple, actually. The consul thinks Rome has grown too complacent, too sluggish. It takes an eternity to reach any decisions in the Senate. And while arrogant senators spend valuable time and resources practicing their art of rhetorics, our enemies mobilize. Our glorious republic controls a vast territory, but that also means our enemies are numerous. The moment they band together, Rome will be doomed. Vitellius Lurko is a man of action. He is not afraid to bend the law for the benefit of the people. People like him are born to lead. But our system never bestows them the power to do so.
Unless?
Unless Rome is in a crisis. That would necessitate the appointment of a dictator. A consul with extraordinary power, whose sole objective is saving Rome.
Sounds like you admire the man.
He is a visionary. A selfless man devoted to a singular and brilliant cause. I admire him from afar. I am more of a practical man.
The state's supposed to serve the people of Rome. Its progress means nothing if they cost the very ideals on which the Republic was founded.
Well done. It is impressive to see your elite Praetorian Guard at work.
Thank you, Vercingetorix. Your praise honors me.
Now that you have what you need, proving conclusively it wasn't we who attacked your people, I am sure you can take your legions and leave.
Is this what he promised you? He can't do that. He doesn't have the power. Even if he did, there is no way we can retreat. Rome was attacked, and it needs to save face.
I am sure he can find a way.
War cannot be stopped, but I can stop Vitellius Lurko. If Felix Hadrianus tells everything to the Senate.
That is not good enough. I shall give you some time to consider your problem. Come up with a way to stop this war, and I will hand your witness over to you. Until then, he will be our esteemed guest. Now, kindly leave my city. For this time, it is your turn to bring me good news.
Then, I'm afraid we will soon see each other on the field of battle. Make sure he survives, or there will be nothing I can do to save you when you are defeated.
When you are defeated, pray to your ancestors that I hold more sway over my people than you do over yours.
All right. That didn't turn out the way I expected. I guess the next time we're coming back here, it'll be with a couple of legions.